Today we will discuss how to make pear vodka from pears without sugar. This is the most aromatic pear vodka and is also commonly referred to as pear vodka in folk terms. First of all, it is necessary to collect the pears that have fallen but are not yet rotten. Then, place them in boxes and wait until they fully ripen. I will make pear vodka from the Forest Beauty variety of pears. It is the sweetest, softest, and is well suited for pear vodka. Here they have rested and become soft. They yield to a finger press and juice is released. I will select the most beautiful ones that are not rotten, and we will cut away the rot. Pear vodka can be made using two recipes, one with yeast and the other without yeast. For me, the best recipe is without sugar and yeast. The pear vodka turns out to be as aromatic and natural as possible. According to this recipe, the pears do not need to be washed. It is necessary to carefully sort them, remove the rotten ones, cut out the insides, and use everything else for the production of pear vodka. We trim the outer part, and the inner part is either discarded or can be used to make compote. Now it is necessary to crush the pears into a mash. For this, we will use the usual whisk for mixing construction mixtures, a high-speed drill, and we will start the crushing process. You can crush the pears using a juicer or a regular meat grinder, either electric or manual. We transfer the chopped pears into a tall container to prevent pieces from flying around, and we will start crushing them. Here's the pear mash. There are small pieces, but they are manageable. If you don't manage to crush the pear well the first time, don't worry. We will leave it for a day. It will ferment, and tomorrow we will process it again with a whisk until fully crushed. Fermentation softens the skin of the pears, making them very soft. To improve the quality and quantity of the pear vodka, sugar can be added, but then the taste will be worse, and the aroma will not be as pronounced. To prevent the mash from turning sour, it is necessary to cover it with a mesh and seal it with an airlock. But I will use a regular lid that is not tight and will release excess carbon dioxide. There are some small gaps here, so the barrel won't swell. 1 day has passed. The pear started to play and became softer. Now we take a drill, a smaller whisk, and begin to crush everything. This is how the mash has turned out. The chaff has risen, and the solid fraction has floated to the top.
The pears have been completely crushed, and water can be poured in now.
We pour in tap water that has been settled and warmed. The ratio is 1 liter of water for every 1 kilogram of pears. I have approximately 10 kilograms of pears here, so I need to pour in about 10 liters of water and mix it well. Now we cover the mash with a lid and place it in a warm, dark place for 3-4 weeks. To prevent it from turning sour, it is necessary to stir the top layer, which will rise well once a day to avoid vinegar fermentation. And now 10 days have passed and the mash from the pears has matured. Now it can be used to make moonshine. Here you can see that the top is no longer rising. All the yeast has settled to the bottom, and now, if we do not distill it in time, vinegar fermentation may occur, and the alcohols will turn into vinegar, which we do not want. We pour the mash into aluminum concrete. The welding process is brief, and in a couple of hours, aluminum oxides will not get into the moonshine. I do not filter the mash, because it is liquid enough and will not stick to the aluminum concrete over low heat. And carefully cover the canister with a lid, securely, and ensure it is properly sealed. I just replaced the standard clamp with this kind of frame. The photo isn't very hygienic, but it's practical. I installed 2 bolts on the neck of the aluminum concrete with welded washers. The frame has 2 holes precisely the width of these bolts, and all that's left is to tighten these 2 bolts with nuts. This will ensure that the frame presses the lid tightly and there will be no leakage of moonshine vapors. To check the airtightness of the lid's fit, you need to blow into the outlet pipe, and if there is no air leaking anywhere, it is airtight. If air does not escape, then it is ready. Place the canister on the fire. We set the canister on the gas stove. I use a regular laboratory distiller as a cooling system. It is made of heat-resistant glass, securely secured to a wooden plank made of oak, and with the help of a small thin string, we tie it to one of the handles of the canister. Here, there is a metal cap with two fittings installed on the supply hose. We place the jar, unscrew the lid, and connect a hose to the outlet from the lid of the canister. This drying tube is very convenient. The only downside is that due to constant humidity, this lid rots over time and needs to be replaced with a new one. However, it is standard, so it fits any mayonnaise. The hose for connecting water to the cooling system is made of thin, flexible rubber material. A fitting from the gas stove, which is typically used for connecting gas lines, is installed here. A 3/4 faucet, which is a common size for household plumbing, is unscrewed from the spout of a standard kitchen mixer. This faucet is then carefully screwed onto the thread of the spout to ensure a tight fit. Now we turn on the cold water slowly and check for any leaks that might occur. The laboratory cooler was filled with cold water, and the excess slightly flowed into the sink. We carefully make a hole in a regular nylon cap, insert the hose for the moonshine output, and securely put it on this bottle. Now the hose won't pop out anywhere, and the vapors of the moonshine won't evaporate as intensely. I just need to light the gas, turn it up to full power, and wait for the mash to start boiling. I light the two front burners. The boiling of the canister of mash takes place over the course of approximately 1 hour, so I won't turn on the cooling system just yet. We will start working after an hour. Currently, right now. Here the mash has started to boil, and the first drops of moonshine have begun to flow. It is necessary to collect 10% of the total amount of moonshine. These will be the heads. We take everything else up to 45 degrees. The strength of the first distillation is 70 degrees. It is strong, but it cannot be consumed. The smell is very sharp and unpleasant. It can be used for rubbing or for lighting fires, for grilling shashlik. I will not do the second distillation because the moonshine... The fruitiness from the pear will be spoiled by the second distillation, and it will not be as pronounced. The strength of the moonshine is 60 degrees, which is normal. I will not filter the moonshine, but I will dilute it to a strength of 45 degrees. Currently, it has a strength of 60 degrees, so for 2.5 liters of moonshine, it is necessary to add 700 grams of water. I use regular purified bottled water from the store. It won't cause cloudiness, and the clarity won't change. We dilute the pear moonshine in stainless steel containers. This is a bucket. Using plastic is not recommended. First, we pour a certain amount of water into the bucket, and after that, we add the moonshine. Now we pour the moonshine in here. As a result, the strength of the pear moonshine turned out to be 45 degrees. In the end, the pears produced quite a nice, clear and aromatic pear moonshine. I won't distill it a second time because I want the aroma to be as pronounced as possible. If you absolutely prefer pure moonshine without any foreign odors, you can definitely distill it one more time. I pour the batch of weak, cloudy moonshine, which we collected at the end, the tails, into the second batch of mash, and we will get a concentrate in the form of normal moonshine.